Shiva cult ranges not only in northern, central or south India. It is a wide-ranging Shiva cult from the Tirumandirams of the south, from the Shaivagam to Patanjali, who along with Bhadrapada saw the celestial cosmic dance of the Nataraja by knowing the truth, the Shiva. If you have to be the highest gainer of Baba Ka Darbar that we perform in Baba RAMESHAR DHAM in Kolkata, it's a concept, a philosophy. You have to go back to the most devoted, ardent follower of Shiva. Can you name who is or was the most dedicated follower of Shiva? If you don't understand Nandishwar, the Nandi, the bull, you will never be able to understand the power and might of Shiva. Let us now tell you some stories about Nandi that we find in Purana. The Linga Puran, the Tamil literatures and other Purans. Nandi is an apomorphic creature, a deity. Don't consider Nandi as a bull, a mere bull. The word Brishabha, has been more used in Rig Veda than used as Go Mata, the guy, the cow. Because in the entire Vedic culture, the Brishabha, the bull, is the symbol of strength, power, endurance and virility. The Devatas of Vedas, mainly the Indra, was compared with the bull for his might, for his fight and for his endurance and for his bravery. So bull itself is a symbol of might and endurance. In the Puranas, we find an unique story of Nandi. There was one sage, Silada, who was blind and who didn't have any siblings. For hundreds of years, he went in penance, sadhana for a son. By pleased of his sadhana, Shiva appeared in his celestial form and said, "My son, what do you want?" He said that I want a son. There are two stories. The one story of Purana says that his son was born from a yagya, and the other story says that his son was born in a field while the Silada was plowing his own field. But the truth is that he got a son by the grace of Shiva. He nurtured his son, he groomed his son and named him Nandi. The Nandi was a brilliant boy who very fastly learned the Vedas, the scriptures. One day in the teens, two Vedic devas, Mitra and Varuna, came to the house of Shilada. Shilada served the devas in the best of his capacity, adored them, washed their feet, served them with the meals, offered prayers, and while the devas were leaving his house, he prostrated. The devas blessed him with eternal happiness, prosperity, and good quality life. But when Nandi prostrated, their smiling face vanished. They could not bestow much boon on him. Shilada was very much anguished. He was very tense. He asked the devas, "What's the reason?" The devas, after much hesitation, said that the life of Nandi is short. He is not going to live for a long time. His father Shilada was completely perplexed, confused and depressed. When he told this to Nandi, Nandi started his penance, his sadhana of Shiva. When Shiva appeared before Nandi and asked for boon, Nandi said that I want to give my entire life at your service and I want to stay with you. Shiva said that my bull has died and you be my bull. The Nandi, you will be famous in the religious course of history. Nandi then on turned to be a bull, the most voracious vehicle, Bahana, on whom the Shiva rode and who was the leader of the Ganas, the acolytes, the group of Shivas who fought, who sang, and who entertained Shiva. What is the story of Nandi? As I have told you that if you have to become the member of the Shiva's Darbar, it is the faith. When the nectar was taken out from the ocean, the Devas and the Asuras, first of all came the poison. The Shiva drank the poison, but little bit of poison fell on the ground. Nandi, by astonishing all, picked up that poison from the ground and drank it. It was hue and cry all over. How could Nandi sustain the poison? Shiva can sustain all new, but how could Nandi do? Nandi's faith in Shiva, Nandi's confidence in Shiva, Nandi's service to Shiva. Shiva smiled and said, "Don't worry, he will digest it." Nandi has the power to take the poison. So Nandi is the belief system. If you want to get the best of Shiva, if you want to get the mystery of Shiva, if you want to know and get the blessings and boons of Shiva, you need to learn Nandi. So we worship Nandi first, and before we enter the Shiva temple, he is the doorkeeper, Darpal. He guards the door, and the scripture says how to worship Nandi. It will be very interesting for you, the audience, that to worship Nandi you must face the southeast part. Your face should be on the southeast. Standing towards southeast, you worship Nandi, whisper in his ear and say your prayer. And then you can go to Shiva. Your prostration to Nandi in the scripture is that you be the Nandi. There are many other stories. When Prajapati gave birth to Shurabhi, the cow, the milching cow, in turn Shurabhi got a Kapila cow. The Kapila was feeding her calves with milk. A part of the milk from the mouth of the calf spilled on the earth and on the Shiva's Lingadayas, probably. The Shiva was enormously angered. By his third eye, he thundered and all the calves turned its color. The Prajapati said Shiva that nothing to worry, because the milk that is coming out of the Surabhi is nectar, not a Uchishta. So the Prajapati gave him a bull and a cow, and that bull is Nandi. The story of Nandi also stretches somewhere else, that Nandi was married to the daughter of Marut, the Devta of the Rig Vedas. Why I am telling you all this story of the Nandi, you should understand. Because the path to Shiva, the path to Mahadev, begins with the journey of faith, prostration, submission, that will give you the confidence that the Shiva is with you. The Shiva is with you? No, the Shiva is within you. As I have told you in the earlier part, we say Shivaham. How to be Shivaham? How to be a Shiva? How to be enlightened? The scripture says, no tarkeno na medhaya, not by argument and not by your intellect, but by your devotion, but by your confidence and submission to the Lord. So the first part of our Baba Ki Darbar, bow down to the Nandishwar, the oldest yoga tradition of India, 5,000 years back, much before Patanjali, the Tirumandirams of the South India, the 18 Siddhais, they were told yoga by the Nandi, the Gana, who can sing, who can fight, who is a part of Shiva. Nandi is not a mere bull. He is presented as a bull because he is the best fighter. He has the best might. And Nandi is someone that has to be worshipped to feel that you be a Nandi. I am not telling you to be a bull. and fetch a cow. I am telling you to be the Nandi like confidence on Shiva, submission to see Shiva. You can go for any penance. You can even drink the poison in his name. You can endure, you will endure everything. You will have the might, you will have the strength, you will have the virility. Baba ka Darbar, the court of the Mahadev, being a member of it, you must know Nandi, the greatest, the mightiest of all Shiva's followers. Try to prostrate before Nandi, try to submit and ask Nandi to give you the best of strength to you as of Nandi and take you to the Darbar. At the gate of the Darbar, the Darpal is Nandi. You bow down to the Nandi and the journey to Baba ka Darbar begins.